Good evening, everybody. Dove218 here, Paranormal Video Gamer. Um, got some pretty interesting news. About, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes ago, maybe not even that. Huge announcement made by the NFL and several news websites that the Cleveland Browns have traded their number 2 overall pick in this year's draft to Philadelphia. And apparently, with that being said, let me pull up the article, or at least one of the articles, if I can get the article to load. According to the news reports, Cleveland will trade Philadelphia its 2016 first round second selection overall and a conditional 2017 fourth round selection to Philadelphia for Philadelphia's first round selection, pick number 8, and a third round selection, number 77, a fourth round selection, number 100, along with the Eagles' first round pick of 2017, and a 2018 second round pick. Now, I am extremely happy with this pick and these picks and this particular trade. The reason I'm happy about this is because I've seen a lot of people on Facebook, a lot of the fans in Cleveland that have posted on the Cleveland Browns site that we need to pick a quarterback with the second round or the second pick overall. I think that's a horrible idea, and I'm going to go and tell you guys why. First off, we don't have an offensive line. Yes, we've got some good players. We've got, Joe Thomas. We've got some other, good players that, are on the offensive line. We drafted a center last year that looks phenomenal, but they had him over at, I think, guard, or it was maybe right tackle, and he wasn't doing as good as a job as he could be doing at center. Well, now we can put him at center, and he can learn the position, and hopefully he'll be good at doing that. With that, we don't have an offensive line. Well, like I said, we do have some good players, but we don't have any wide receivers whatsoever. Yes, there are one or two wide receivers that do get it done. I personally like Andrew Hawkins. I think, though, he needs to really work on his catching ability because he does kind of lack some of the catching mechanics that you look for in a great wide receiver. I think if he's able to figure that out and work with the coaches on how to catch better, he could be phenomenal, even Pro Bowl if he really wanted to. And then, we do have Gary Burnage. We just re-signed him. I'm looking forward to that because he's a good tight end. But again, you only have certain weapons for a quarterback to start with, and you need to bring in other people that are going to be great players for that starting quarterback. Now, we did pick up Robert Griffith formerly from, I should say, the Redskins. And it's not that he's a bad player, but he hasn't been really put in a system, I think, that really fits him. So we'll find out whether or not that he can adapt to Cleveland Browns football. And we need defensive players. Justin Gilbert, the corner we drafted in the Johnny Manziel era, hasn't been doing what everybody said he was going to do. There were so many people that said it was a great pick and, he's going to be one of the best corners that the Browns have ever had. He hasn't really done anything spectacular. He's done a lot of stuff, but nothing that I can really talk to and go into detail with because there's just not a lot there. We released, Dante Whitner, free safety. Maybe it was strong safety. I think it was free safety, if I remember correctly. And then, there were other players that got released, and we need defensive starters. We need people that are going to be the backbone of the Cleveland Browns defense. Our defense was pretty bad last year. We cannot deny that. I think we were 30th or 31st in defense. And to me, that is horrible. I mean, that is literally horrible. And you may hear my Facebook go off. But it's a pretty bad idea to draft a quarterback, bring him in as a rookie. And a lot of these Browns fans what they have a habit of doing is they will not like the way a quarterback is playing during a game, and they will start booing that quarterback and demand from the coaching staff, start the rookie. Start the rookie. And then the rookie comes out and gets completely slaughtered because there's no one behind the line to help the guy. Yes, again, we do have some good line players, but we need better ones. We need other pieces of puzzle to figure out what exactly needs to happen. We need to adjust that line to make sure that a quarterback can stay in the pocket when we absolutely need to have him stay in the pocket, or be able to run. Now, I'm going to go on a limb and I'm going to say that if the Browns have an opportunity to grab Paxton Lynch, which should be, around the 8, 9, or even 10 draft part mark, I say grab him because he is going to be a phenomenal quarterback, I believe. I say this because of the fact that I've seen some of his plays, I've seen some of his mechanics, and I really do like Paxton Lynch. I think he reminds me of a very young Ben Roethlisberger. Now, I know a lot of people are going to disagree, and that's your opinion, okay? I see a lot of Ben Roethlisberger in Paxton Lynch, and Ben Roethlisberger has been a very good quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, he hasn't been perfect because, they've had some rough issues with seasons and whatnot, but he's been doing quite well for Pittsburgh. He's won them several Super Bowls, so you cannot say that Big Ben is a horrible quarterback because he's clearly not. But if Paxton Lynch is there, and he's still there by the time the Browns pick number 8, and he's the best player available, you take the kid. Simple as that. Now, the other thing the Browns could do, they could draft a linebacker or a middle linebacker. I've heard Miles being taken as well. So there is that possibility that we could take a linebacker. I'm going to go on a limb and say do not take a running back until probably the second round. Yes, we've got 2 good quarterbacks. Not quarterbacks, running backs. But we definitely need a third running back to help bridge the gap of what we have with Duke Johnson and Isaac Crowell. There are some good running backs in the draft, but there's a great one that came out of Ohio State. And if he falls to number 8 and he's the best player, simple. You just got to take him. But I think he's actually going to go 5th or 6th. But again, that's just my opinion. You're welcome to, tell me I'm an idiot, whatever. But again, very smart move by the Cleveland Browns, taking the number 2 pick and trading into Philadelphia for multiple picks. I think this is a great idea. I love how many picks we got total. I think the article said that there were 5 picks total. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 picks total for Cleveland's number 2 pick. So, we're tied with, I believe, San Francisco with as many picks. To me, this is a great decision by the current administration in Cleveland. I don't think taking Wentz or Goff in with that second round pick would have been the right decision. I don't think I'm wrong, but if I'm wrong, I will go on record and say, look, I was wrong. Those 2 players are fantastic franchise players, but I don't know. I think it's going to take both of them at least a year or 2 to get their feet cemented in their respective offensives. And I know a lot of Cleveland Browns fans, they don't want to do that. They want to throw the guy right into the mix of everything and hope for a miracle. Well, we all know as Cleveland Browns fans, when you put a rookie quarterback in, miracles don't happen. Johnny Manziel, Tim Couch, Spurgeon Wham. I can go on and on and on about how many quarterbacks we've drafted, and it didn't simply work out because the fans were hoping for a miracle that never came. So I'm actually excited. I'm looking forward to the draft, and hopefully you guys are too. But please feel free to leave a comment, like the video, and thanks for watching. And looking forward to the draft coming up. So great job, Cleveland. Great job.